All right, everyone. You're welcome to the Tech Gen webinar. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Just a second. I want to be sure. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to the Tech Gen webinar. It's such a delight to see you guys here this evening. Please, if you can hear me, just let me know by indicating in the comment section, so I'll be sure that I'm not just talking to myself. Okay, so I can see some responses. Yeah. All right, thank you. You guys can hear me. Yeah, we're going to get started. Okay. I just want to make sure that we just have a couple of people on the webinar before we could start, so we don't have to let's say we won't hide of them and then they have to go back and all that. So that's why we're just trying to wait for more people to join in the webinar. We're so happy to have you guys join us this evening. You're welcome wherever you're watching us from. I would love to know where you guys are watching from. If you can just type that in the comments section, you can just say, "Hi, this is Josh. I'm watching from Dubai," or "Hi, this is Josh. I'm watching from US or Washington DC or California." Or you can write, "Hi, I'm watching from Iraq by faith." So just want to know where you guys are watching us from. It'd be nice, because we're so grateful to have you guys on board. So yeah, just let us know where you're watching from. Oh wow, hi, this is Favor. I'm watching from Abuja. Hi, Mr. Favor, you're welcome on the call. Look at you, you're part of the team, you're there. Welcome, Mr. Faves. We have Mr. Taro Kainde. Hi, this is Peter watching from Abuja. Oh wow, Peter, nice to have you. You're welcome on the call. I'm so pleased to see you. I feel like we have a lot of wow. Hi, Emmanuel, watching from Abuja. Why do we have a lot of Abuja people on this call? Three viewers already from Abuja. Please, somebody should shock us. Somebody from Dubai or somebody from California. Someone from anywhere other than Abuja. Please, let's know. Let's know where you're from, where you're watching us from. Because three viewers straight up from Abuja. That's serious. Let's have somebody from Maiduguri or hi, this is Fatih watching us from Lagos. Hi Fatih, good to have you on the call. So delighted to have you. Yes, finally, someone to break this Abuja jinx. So good to have you on the call. So we have Abuja, we have Lagos. That's nice. Nobody on any extreme end of Abuja. Please, you're watching. I mean, from Nigeria, I said Abuja. Nobody from any extreme end of Nigeria. So we know. So good to have you guys on the call. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Favor from Kaduna. G, all the way from KD. Wow, so good to have you on the call. Thank you so much for joining us. I think we have Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna. We global. Shee! So good to have you guys. Thank you for joining in this evening. Such a delight. Thank you guys for coming, for tuning in this evening. We're going to have a swell time tonight, and we're very sure that there's a lot we're going to be learning from. So I'm just going to give just 1 minute max, no, 2 minutes max, and then we can start. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you. You can also please do well to share the link, right? We have like a lot of people that are in our contact that will really benefit from this. You might have a relative, you might have a brother or something, or anyone that will benefit from this course. So please just do well to share this link if you can. And as you're sharing, just come back, because some of you share and that's it, you have straight to Instagram. So please, you can just do well to share on your WhatsApp status or just share directly to your friends, your family, your relative, your colleague, even your boss. You share it to them so they know that you're working on your CV for higher ground. Somebody say amen. All right, so we're going to kickstart in 2 minutes. This is the opportunity to share. Thank you guys for joining in once again. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? I'm so sorry, so sorry for that. We had a bit of a technical issue. The network just went out. I don't know if you guys can hear me, please. Please indicate if you can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, just type it in the comment section. Let me be sure you guys can hear me. So sorry for the breakage. It was the network. All right. Um, okay. Can you guys hear me? Please, I just want to be sure if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, please let me know. We're out for a moment, but we're live. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter. Please, so sorry for the delay. Ah, Nigeria is at it again. Anyway, so sorry for the delay. So we're going webinar. We have our guest already. He's on the call. Thank you so much, Mr. Edward, for joining in. So sorry for the glitch in transmission. All right. Tonight we are going to be having Mr. Edward, and he's going to be talking and teaching us on how to win, how to craft a winning CV and portfolio. We believe that there are a lot of opportunities, right, in 2026. Last month we had our master class with Mr. Raf, and he said a whole lot of things about how you need to, become the kind of person that your goals need. And so, while we know that there are a lot of opportunities and we know that we're improving on ourselves, we will not be able to take advantage of these opportunities if we do not know how to position for them. And that's why we have this webinar, because we want everyone in our community to be able to position themselves strategically when those opportunities present itself. And that's why we're having this webinar today with Mr. Edward. Mr. Edward is the founder of Uncle HR, which is a consulting firm, and he has done a whole lot of incredible work. He also has a community, that's the Uncle HR community. And last year they hosted live physical events. And I correct me if I am wrong, but I also know that he gave out scholarship to some people in the community, right? This is what we're talking about: empowerment and preparing them for opportunities and also empowering them for it. And so I am so delighted that we're able to have Mr. Edward on this call. He's also the founder of Gems Clothing, the popular fashion brand in Kaduna. So I don't want to go so deep into it because I know he has a lot to talk about and we have a whole lot to learn. So it's not about me, it's about you guys and the value you're going to be getting from Mr. Edward this evening. So if you don't mind, can I just see us like confetti and drum rolls in the comment section? Please help me as I make welcome Mr. Edward. Mr. Edward, please let me know if you I don't know if you can hear me, Mr. Edward. Please, if you guys can hear me, let me know in the comment section.
So we still can't hear you, Mr. Edward. I don't know if that is from my end or yours, but we still can't hear you. I don't know what the hell.
Okay, Mr. Edward, can you try speaking now? Let's know if we can hear you. Woof. I'm not sure we can hear you. Although your screen is good, we can see your screen, but the audio is not working yet. I would say if we're not able to hear him, we might just have to reschedule at this point because um I don't know. I think it's beyond us at the moment, but I'm still just trying to exercise a little bit of faith that we'll be able to still um get his voice because that's just like the main thing right now. Um, Mr. Edward, please, if you can hear me, you can try talking again. I'm trying to see if this will work this time. Okay. We are really in a limbo at the moment, and yeah, we can see your screen change, but we can't just get the audio, and I do know why that is. But we can see your screen change, just the audio that isn't forthcoming. I'm sure everyone can hear me, but we can't just seem to get you. Please, guys, just exercise patience. One final test. If we're not able to get this right, it's going to be our bad, and we'll just have to reschedule. Please, just a sec. So, guys, fingers crossed, and I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't work, we'll, is it I go hard or go home? Right now, I'm trying to go so hard, but if it doesn't work, we might just have to go home to come back again. But let's just trust God that we are able to get His voice this time, and we'll be good. Please, I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Please just let me know in the chat if you can still hear me. Please just let me know in the chat if you can still hear me. So, Mr. Edward, please could you speak now? Let's do if we can hear you.
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you might have to mute your audio from your laptop.
Yes.
Okay, can you try muting the audio on your laptop? We can hear you now.
Okay, how about now? Hi, Josh, can you hear me now? Hello? Josh, confirm you can hear me, please.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. So, I
All
think
right.
we have to work with this. I have to like connect my phone. I don't know what's wrong with the laptop. I can't even tell what may have gone wrong.
Yes, it's from the settings, but we're
Okay,
happy to
so
have you
can
on
you see my
board. Yeah,
screen?
welcome. Very well, we can see your screen.
Okay, so let me also connect a headset so I can know what's saying because I have to turn off my laptop's volume completely.
Okay. So the stage is yours, sir. You can just go when you're ready.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me again? Can you still hear me? So that ah, okay,
Yes, we can
so
hear you. We can hear you.
um,
Yeah, we can hear you.
let's get to it. So hi
We can
everyone.
hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good evening once again. Apologies for that glitch. I was already giving up on this whole thing, but we thank God that we didn't give up. Joshua said he was going hard or going home.
Is it me? But I don't think I can hear you, Mr. Edward.
Was that a confirmation?
If I could just hear you now, but I couldn't hear
I can
you
just hear you
previously.
now,
I
but
couldn't
I
hear you
couldn't hear
previously.
you previously.
Oh, okay. Okay. So thank God I am back. I was just trying to confirm you could hear me because I've been talking. So, like I said, this is 2026. There are a lot of opportunities out there, but many people are not properly positioned for such opportunities. So I work in recruitment, and every day I see reasons why thousands, millions of people are seeking opportunities, are qualified for opportunities, but may never click any of such opportunities because they may not have somebody to say, oh, I know this person and they can do this. And then, unfortunately, the very document that is supposed to speak for you to say, oh, I can do this, many of us do not have it properly aligned to the opportunities that we are looking for, which is why for us to know and understand what our CVs should look like, our portfolios for tech-fit persons and creative people, it is very important for us to know what are the tips and what needs to be done. So please, I'll get right into my slides. So this is what I call the CV advantage. So you need to getting notice before the interview. Some of the common mistakes and that you need to avoid and unlock career opportunities going forward in 2026. Okay, so please confirm that my slide is moving fine at your end.
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So, you've tailored your CV, right? A lot of you have. You have applied for numerous positions, yet the responses consistently come negative. In fact, it's so bad, some of you don't even get responses. Why? Because many workplaces, many organizations only respond to people who are qualified. So there are some of you here, you've never gotten any response, even rejection mail. Is there somebody here that's never gotten a rejection mail? You've been applying for a lot of opportunities and you've never gotten a rejection mail. I know there are a lot of you, so let's just move forward, right? One of the things why, or some of the reasons why your applications are being rejected, maybe you're not meeting the job requirements, you have a poor CV formatting, and the contents are also poor. They are not speaking the language that the recruiter wants to hear. You are ignoring application instructions. This is very important, right? It's possible your CV is intact, it has good content, it is properly formatted, but the moment you see a job application, you are eager to just go and apply without properly reading the instructions there. Maybe one of the instructions could be using the job title as the subject of your mail. And then you just go ahead, you attach your CV, no any form of mail content, and you just drop it, you send it, and you're happy you applied for a job. That's not a job application. There was instructions there. Maybe they said using the location and the job title as the subject of the mail. You went and only put application for the role of a customer service representative. And maybe they have openings in 36 states of Nigeria. And then you didn't put any location. When the recruiter comes, he skips your application. Why? Because you've skipped the terms and conditions. You need to read the instructions properly to understand what is required of you. Another reason could be misalignment of skills and job role. You're applying for a role of a developer, and your CV is showing that for the past 7 years you have been working as a teacher. It doesn't, and then the only place you are showing that you know how to code is only in the skills section. You've not shown that you worked on any project. It's okay if you've not even worked with any company, but what are the projects you've worked on? What were the challenges? What did you achieve? Where can we find that project? Where is the evidence that you've actually done this project? You are putting the wrong skills and applying for a different role. That's misalignment, right? So you need to first do different things. First of all, if you meet the job requirements, you need to properly format your CV and make sure that the content is speaking the language of the role. Next, you need to pay attention to the job instructions. The other thing is to make sure that the skills that you are listing there align with the skills that the job is looking for, because every job has job requirements that they put out. Anytime you see an advert, it's always the job requirements. And for some that you would not see the job requirements because maybe the organization, most of these private businesses, they are just being a bit lazy to put out the job description. Some of the job description, you can go and search them by yourself and make sure that your skills are aligning to that job role. The next thing is omitting key roles and achievements. So, for example, your CV is not showing the roles you have done in the past that align with what. Because if I'm going to recruit, let's say, a HR person, I want to see that the person has done HR job in the past. You don't say you worked in a restaurant for the past 5-10 years and you're now applying for HR. How does that make you a qualified person? If 1,000 people apply, you now use your CV that you've been working in a restaurant. There's somebody else that has worked as HR for the past 7 years and is more qualified than you. Remember, it may be just one role. Why you have one chance to show that you're qualified? Why are you messing it up by putting up a CV that is omitting the key roles and the achievements you've had on the job? Just confirm you can hear me. I want to always ask if you can hear me at intervals so that I'm sure that I've not lost me at any point.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So, what is in recruitment nowadays? We are using AI, right? AI is an infant. So in different aspects of life, different walks of the different walks of life, everybody's actually trying to use AI to make work easier for them. HR is also using using AI. So you need to know that. And what does AI do? AI is a more accurate person. It cuts down time and works by instructions. So in HR, we use the AI called the applicant tracking system. So what's an ATS? An ATS is software used by employers to filter resumes. It scans for keywords and formatting. Then it puts away non-ATS friendly resumes, and they may never be seen by human eyes. Basically, what we're saying here is that I have just explained to you some of the mistakes that may make you not to get a job. So you see that the formatting of the CV matters. It relates to the ATS. If you use unnecessary designing with all of, some of you will carry your CV, give it to a graphic designer, and you do all of those design. It looks so beautiful in your eyes. But the ATS has a format it understands. Do you get? The ATS may not be understand that formatting, all those fonts, those beautiful fonts that the graphic designer have done for you. The ATS may not be able to read it. So that's why you need to keep your CVs minimal with ordinary word formatting, very simple, clean, and minimal. Your focus is to make sure that you're using fonts that are basic, not all of those aesthetically pleasing fonts. You're trying to design. That's a CV. It's not to show that you know how to design. That's not what it's meant for. So if your CV, first of all, was designed by a graphic designer and there's too much of formatting on it, please, your first work or your first assignment today is to go back. You don't have a CV. You need to go and rework your CV. At the end of this class, I would tell Josh to get your emails. I'll send you a CV template and a breakdown of how you can effectively work on your CV. So that's one of the first things that I will do for all of you that have attended this class. So let's go back to our ATS. So the ATS also scans for keywords. So for example, if you see a job description or an advert, there's usually requirements there. Let's say they say they want 10 years of work experience. What the ATS does is that it's going to scan all the CVs that will be submitted as applications and only pick people that have over 10 years of experience. So if you feel like your years of experience do not matter, so I always hear these questions online on social media. So all these years of experience don't matter. If you have only 1 year of experience, they'll carry you regardless. You're lying. AI is not emotional. AI it just sticks to instructions. It's a computer. Garbage in, garbage out is what you tell it to do that it's going to do. So nobody's going to say, okay, 10 years experience, but if you see Persuade get 7.5, carry on. No, that's not AI. AI is precise on instructions. And then it will also scan for job description. They say, okay, carry people that have skills in HRIS, that's Human Resources Information System. Carry people that have experience in talent development, in recruitment, in advertisement. So the AI is very, very detailed to the last couple of the word that is being given to him to do. Right? Are we together? So let's move to the essential component of a CV. So we're going to first focus on the CV, then next we'll do a portfolio. Why? Because portfolio and CV are two different things. So a CV should have basic components, and it is 6 components in my books, but it goes to 7 if you add the language proficiency. So the first thing in your CV should be your personal details. I'm going to just list them here while we go into details after this place. Your personal details, your professional summary, your skills, your work history, educational background, certifications. Are we together? Just please confirm. Like I said, I'm going to be confirming if we're together at intervals.
Yeah, we're together. We can hear you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll go right into it. So before we go into it, sorry, I would like to show the things that you need to clean up from your CV. So if you have a CV that carries your marital status, your religion, your passport, I didn't put that here. Go and remove it, please. Delete it. Unless if you're a very pretty woman or a very handsome guy and you want to use that as a form of bias, delete your passport. Because these first things I've mentioned, marital status, religion, passports, irrelevant education background, it creates room for unintentional bias. For example, if I'm a Christian and then I want only a Muslim person to get a job, by putting that you're a Muslim on your CV or you practice Islam, I may now create an unwanted bias against you. But if you don't put it, I don't even know who you are. I don't know what religion you are. So I just go ahead and say, oh, this CV looks nice. But by just putting your religion, I can say, this guy is good, but he's a Muslim. I don't want Muslim in my organization. I don't want somebody that's a Muslim to get the job. I don't know if we're together. If you go and put that you're married and then me, I'm single, I've been trying to get married for the past 15 years and nobody has agreed to marry me. You now want to come and be showing me, you are writing both that you're married. What I'm saying is that these things create unintentional bias. So if you remove those things, it doesn't even give the recruiter the room for bias. If you go and add your photo, and I can now say, why is this guy ugly like this? What kind of tribal marks is this? Or this guy will just scare somebody in the office. And I'll say, oh, I can't recruit somebody like this. These are the issues. You need to also don't give room to the recruiter to give you to put a bias on you. Or let's say you go and put you're a very pretty woman, you now put, and then I'm like, oh, this one's fine. I would like date this one. Take it out. These things are not necessary on your CV because they are not going to be the basis that show that you are qualified. You should focus on things that make you qualified. While I didn't add address there is because there are certain jobs, example, bank jobs, but if you're not applying for bank jobs, your full address is not even necessary on your CV, honestly. If you live in Abuja, you can put Abuja, Nigeria. If you live in Kaduna, you can put Kaduna, Nigeria. You don't need to put number 34. Sarike Mota, Gudu Street, Abuja, FCT, Nigeria. The reason why that is so is that they don't need that to make a decision. All they need to know that, oh, you are in the location of where we're searching. But in banking jobs, certain roles are left for people that stay in certain local governments. So you may want to add that when you are applying for a banking job. The reason why, so what you should take from this exception I'm creating is that your CV is not a rigid document. It is a very flexible document. So the CV you used to apply for the job yesterday, you may need to edit it to apply for the next job. Why? Because what the other job is requiring may not be the same thing as the other job. So you constantly need to edit your CV and your portfolio when you're applying for jobs. The next thing, unprofessional email addresses, babysexy@gmail.com or Don Pedro Jose Hacienda your name is Joshua Sunday. Why isn't Don Pedro Jose Hacienda @gmail.com or babysexy35? Why are you using such kind of an email? It can create room for a bias. I say this person is not a serious person. Are we together, guys? So on your CVs, avoid long paragraphs, use bullet points. Long paragraphs makes your CV to be boring. Long paragraphs makes your CV to be boring. So use bullet points. Cut irrelevant work experience. For example, you worked in a restaurant before. You're applying for a job of a virtual assistant. There's no reason why your work as a waiter in a restaurant is going to be relevant in your virtual assistant application, your CV. Take it out. I know somebody told you that your head boy that you did in primary school will help you in your CV. Please, I beg you with God. I don't know who told you. Remove it. Remove it. And then finally, your CV should be short and focused. Please, so let me focus on this point now because I know some of you go and say, Uncle HR said your CV should be short and focused. So you want your CV to be only one page. This is the point. If you're an entry-level person with less than 1 year of experience, your CV should be between 1 page to 2 pages. But if you're an intermediary person, you have 1 to 3 to 4 years work experience, your CV should be it's okay for your CV to be 1 to 3 pages. But if you have over 5 years of experience, you cannot cut down your experience just because you want to fit your CV into somewhere. Because I know people tell you that, oh, the professional CV should be 1 page or 2 page. And then when you now tell somebody to fix your CV and they give you 3 pages because you have a lot of experience, you say, this CV is long. Oh. A real CV is supposed to be 1 page. Don't know if we're together. So, like I said, the final one is keep it short and concise and focus. So when I say focus, is that let all the details that are necessary be in there. If you have over 5 years of experience, your CV can be up to 3 pages or 4 pages, depending on what you have done in the past 4 or 5 years. People with 10 years of experience, I know somebody that his CV is over 8 pages. Why? Because he has over 20 years of experience working in international development. That kind of person, you don't expect a CV to be 3 pages or 4 pages. So if you are here and you have over 10 years of work experience, don't limit yourself by selling yourself short. Put out those necessary details on your CV. So let's get into it. Again, this one part is necessary. Please, we'll get into the CV part, but I'm also focusing on things that you may be doing that may be wrong. So apologies if we may take longer than we're supposed to, right? So how to email your CV, how to email your application. Okay, what happened there? Okay, I don't know what happened to my slide here, but let me just take it through. So if you're emailing your job application, first of all, you must have a subject of the mail. Subject of the mail. It can be application for the role of a HR officer. If they have different positions open in different states, you put application for the role of HR officer _ Abuja. That's to show the location that you want. Don't ever send a mail without the subject of the mail. Don't ever do that. It just makes you look unserious. You may not be judged for it, but when we have 1,000 applications and you are one of the people that didn't put subject, what do you think the HR or the recruiter will do? We take the ones that actually went through it, because sometimes we put out and we just want to take, maybe we just want to interview only 20 persons, and you now happen to be among the ones that refuse to put the subject of the mail. What do you expect the recruiter to do? The next thing is make sure that there is a body of mail. Body of mail is dear hiring manager. As simple as this will sound. Dear hiring manager, I am applying for the role of the HR officer as advertised on LinkedIn, so and so date. I have experience doing this and that. I welcome the opportunity to speak to you to show how I can be of value to your organization. I look forward to your response in your earliest convenience. Thank you. It's just a body of mail. It's nothing serious, but it means that you have courtesy to say something. You don't just go and attach your CV and then you click send. The only thing that I'm seeing in my mail is your CV. You didn't even say good afternoon, sir. You didn't say anything or dear HR or anything. You just dropped it and sent it. Please, you come and review it by yourself and give yourself that job. I'm sorry. Why? Because we have a lot of other persons that apply for that job and they've done the right thing. I definitely wouldn't want to look at your CV. You may be qualified. The only time I will now open your mail is when I've now gone through the 1,000 CVs. All of them are just nonsense. God help you, a qualified person. When I open your CV, I say, this person doesn't have manners, but at least his CV is good. So let's excuse him. Maybe it's his experience that is making him to be proud. No, in that case. So the only way I will even consider is maybe when your CV is good. I don't know if we're together. So let's go into it. So now we're in the CV proper. Like I said, the first thing that should be on your CV is your personal details. You can see number 1, personal details. So your personal details should be boldly written. Your name, your phone number, email. If you have a social media handle, you should have possibly LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most legit social media handle for any job application. Are we together, guys? Your name, boldly written at the top. Phone number, email, social media handle, and location. Location can be Abuja, Nigeria. Like I said, you don't have to put the full address. The only time you put a full address is when an NGO says we want to recruit people from Southern Kaduna local government. So you now put that full email and maybe put local government, Southern Kaduna, to show them that you are in from that local government. Otherwise, you don't need to put your full address when you're applying for a job. Like I said, a CV is a flexible document. So when the one that have your full address, when you're now applying for a job that doesn't require that, you can go and edit it, remove it, and put Abuja, Kaduna only. Another reason why you should not ignore the location
part of your personal details is that some jobs want to recruit only people from Abuja. So we tell the ATS, please see these CVs that have dropped into our system. Pick only people from Kaduna or pick only persons living in Abuja. So if you now decided not to put your address, the ATS will skip your CV. By that, you've lost the application. So you may apply for countless of jobs and you will not even get consistently. Why? Because you've not been putting your address there. The next thing is a profile or professional summary. So here in this place, what you want to do is to give brief summary about your qualifications, skills, past experience. This is similar to a business plan elevator pitch where you single out the interesting things about you and say them out to retain the attention and build the recruiter's interest. You see, in a professional summary, it's like you summarizing who you are. You know, when you see, when you think of a CV as a talking stage, yes, that's how I like to see. You know, a CV is a talking stage document where I'm going to decide if I still want to talk to you after this one meeting, this one date. I will decide. This date decides whether we will see each other or not. It's very important. You have been single for 15 years. Your father is driving you out. Say, if you don't bring a husband, you will not come back. I will drive you out of this house. Do you understand? So that CV document, consider it as your last chance to talk to a suitor that would not consider you worthy. If not, your father will push you out of the house. And you don't have a job, you don't have money, you cannot feed yourself. You have been staying with your father. You are now 35, you are now 40 years old or 50, and you must get married. Consider it as a matter of urgency. So that profile summary is where you get that person's interest. Because by the time I read, in fact, this is the part that decides the recruiter's mind. So if you like, go and put, I am a hardworking person seeking for a place to put in my skills, and you are not interested. In this part, what I expect to see is, I am a HR officer with 10 years of work experience implementing recruitment, talent development, talent management, and other HR functions. I am confident. Sorry, that's I'm confident. I am able to onboard staff and offboard staffs. You're just speaking the language of the HR. Anything that concerns your skills, your experiences, your years of experience, the tools you can use, you put them in your personal summary or professional summary rather. The next thing here is actually my own way of arranging the CV. I'll put an achievement. The reason why I put achievement after professional summary is that as I have gotten your interest from professional summary, I don't want to lose that attention. So I go next to tell you the things I have achieved. In a CV, I arrange my documentation based on how much I'll keep the interest of the recruiter. So after my details, my name is Edward Dejile. This is my phone number. This is my email. This is my LinkedIn. By the way, the recruiter most likely will also go and check your LinkedIn. So by the time you put that, the next thing is your very interesting professional summary. After that, the next thing you do is to put your achievements. You put your achievements. Your achievements, the person is saying, oh, I have written grants and won a grant of $100 million, a UN project. This guy is interested in $100 million. I want to work with this person. Do you understand? They're applying for the role of a grant coordinator, and you have won a grant of $100 million. Why would the person want to work with you? And then you now go ahead to show that, oh, the project was about childbearing, or let's say nutrition. And then what they are recruiting for is a nutrition project as well. So you see that you are aligning to exactly what they are looking for. So here, this section is my own personal way of keeping the interest flow going. If a recruiter finds your profile or professional summary interesting, you don't want to lose it so soon. Hence, you need to outline some of your best achievements over the past years of your working experience. Start with the juiciest part. Here is an opportunity for you to blow your own trumpet. Don't sleep on that chance. Are we together, guys? Joshua, please confirm we're together. Hi, Joshua. Can you confirm we're together?
Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you. We can hear you. I think your voice is a little bit farther than before, but we can hear you.
Hi, Josh. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. I wanted to confirm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, next slide. The next thing I need to also show is industry related experience. Here, you want to put your industry related skills. I mean, you need to list out what you need to do. You don't want to list out regular and generic skills like leadership, effective communication. They are very important. But here, I would rather you focus on skills that are related to that industry. If you're a programmer, you know what they are looking for. Maybe they are looking for somebody that can code with Python, JSS, CSS. I don't know those languages, but you know it. If you're a graphic designer and you know the skills that a graphic designer should have, or what should be what you should have. In fact, most times it is being listed when the job is being advertised. You can just pick it up from there and put them back in your CV. That's why, like I said, a CV is not a rigid document. It's a very flexible document that you can edit over and over and over again. The same CV you have used to apply the last job should not be the same thing if the job requirements are not the same. So you need to list out industry related skills. Stop listing out regular and generic skills like leadership, effective communication, ability to work under pressure. Please, you cannot work under pressure, because if you see pressure, I assure you, telling them that you can work under pressure is not you selling yourself, it's shooting yourself. Because by the time they give you pressure, you come and say it's a toxic workplace. After all, you were the one that actually decided that you want to work under pressure. So please, you don't go ahead saying you can work under pressure. All of a sudden, you say it's a toxic workplace. Toxic workplace. You were begging for this toxic workplace earlier, if I remember. You even gave testimony in the church when you got the job. So what are you saying, toxic workplace? Okay. Or multitasking. Multitasking care. Kilo day multitasking. Why? You need to speak the language of the industry you're applying to. Example would be that if you're an accountant, you're expected to talk about core accounting skills like balancing the books. I don't know the languages, but you know what a core accountant should be. You should put it there. Next thing should be your work experience. So here I see the mistake or the error people do a lot when I'm reviewing CVs. Your work experience, and the first thing that is there is the work you did in 1999. Please, when you are listing out your work experience, start from the most recent one. Start from the most recent one down to the last one. So the one that you did in 1998 should be the last one. Or if it's not the last, let it be that the first job you did when you started your work experience should be the last one. But what you want to start showing is that the job you are currently doing now, that's what you should first put at the top with the date showing 2024 till date. Not you, or if you just left the job in 2025 December, you put it to December 2025 to show that that's the last job you did. Or you cannot go and carry a job that you did in 1998 and you're putting it there. And then you are now, then the recent job is now the last one. Maybe I've lost interest already. It's later. You are now saying, hey, but okay, I said, but I didn't see it. You say, but I put it there. I said, but maybe I wasn't patient enough to read through. And maybe it could be your most interesting job that has the experience I'm looking for. So please start with the most recent ones down to the last one, but only include the roles or experiences that you have that are in line with the job you're applying for. I don't know if somebody's hearing this very part. Let me go over it again. List out your work experience starting from your most recent ones down to the last one, but only include the roles or experiences that you have that are in line with the job you are applying for. Your major goal to achieve with the recruiter in this section is to never lose his or her interest in you. So you keep them glued by maintaining that you are a good fit for the role they are recruiting for. To achieve that, make sure that you are talking the language of the job requirements. So to beat the ATS, one thing you can also do is if you see a job that you can do everything they listed out there, you can do it. You go there, pick out the job requirements that is there, copy it, embed them into your past work experience. As the ATS is scanning through, you can see that, oh, this person can do this. It is part of the job that we are looking for. This person can do this. That's how to beat the ATS. It's like beating the system. Are we together, guys? Okay. So to achieve that, make sure that you are talking the language of the job requirements they have advertised. Show that you are currently handling such tasks already, or that you have in the past handled such tasks in your past roles and done them excellently. No recruiter will pick or select your CV by chance. They will do so through informed decision based off what you have included or do not include in your CV document. So take note, the recruiter is going to recruit you or not because you have included an information or did not include it. Maybe you are qualified, but you didn't show us enough evidence. Evidence you need to choke for your CV. I don't know if you get, no be cho. I can do the job, but your CV doesn't show it. How am I supposed to trust you? I don't even know you. You've never worked for me. How do I now vouch that you can do the job? I hear people come to my DMs if I advertise a job. They said, "Sir, I saw this job. I can do it excellently well." Or the most amazing but annoying or disgusting answer they tell you, "I can do everything." You cannot do everything. You are not Jehovah Rapha. You are not God. Only God can do everything. You cannot do it. I put it to you. You cannot do everything. You are not God. You hear somebody, "Oh, I can work as anything." You cannot work as anything. And by saying that, it just makes you sound desperate, and more reason why I don't want to recruit you, because I don't want a generalist. I want a specialist. Don't be a generalist. Of course, there are certain jobs that require you being a generalist, but even being a generalist is in specific functions. For example, a virtual assistant is mostly a generalist. You are booking flights, you are booking calendar, you are making calls. At least that's a work of a virtual assistant or a personal assistant or a secretary. Okay, next slide. Okay, yeah. So after your work experience, unfortunately, I don't know what has happened to my slide. I can see that it is skipping to, let me see. Apologies. Let me see something. Okay, so let's go back. I have to finish up the CV part from my head. I think my slides got messed up. So after your work experience, the next thing you want to show is your educational background. So your educational background, let me even focus on. I don't want to see. There's no reason why your secondary school and your primary school is appearing on your CV. You know why that is so? It's because you have already gone to a university, and there's no way you'd have gotten admission without going to primary and secondary school. But just in case you did, like Baba Buhari, just for any reason you did, nobody can catch you again, except if maybe you're applying for a role of a president, where that one they can dig out debt for any reason. But as long as you have gone through a university. Oh, I'm seeing somebody's pressure. Favor Benson says she ignorantly added pressure as a skill. I use pressure. Favor, can you take pressure? But see, if you even go for an interview and they say, "Can you work under pressure?" You know, the answer that you should be giving is, "When required, I am able to make adjustments and work based on the need." But it should not be part of what you're putting on your CV. You know, I know that many workplaces want you to work on pressure. Of course, the job will always come with pressure. So, but it's not something that you should be putting up as pride. There are better ways to even present yourself as somebody that can adjust. So, like I said, educational background. You need to start from your university degree. That's where your educational background should start from. If you have any other diploma in computer or postgraduate diploma, master's degree, PhD, now yes. But your secondary school, your primary school, nobody wants to see them on your CV. It's not necessary. Take it out. Stop putting unnecessary information on your CV. Or you go and put that you did WOFB, or you went to Bible Leadership School, and you're not applying for the role of a pastor. Or you show that you went to Islamic school, you're not applying for an imam. You don't want to be, you're not applying for Islamic school teacher. Why are you putting those details there? Just to fill space. Unless you're applying to be a pastor, a reverend father, you cannot put your WOFB certificate there. Your Bible school certificate, your leadership class. Yes, that's important when you are trying to apply to be a pastor or a reverend father or anything religiously. But why am I seeing your Bible class certificate as part of your educational background? They just told you that any certificate you have, you can put in your CV. You now pack everything, you add it there. The next thing after your educational background should be your certificates. If you have extra certificates, that's where you're now putting in. There's a difference between educational background and certifications. NYC is not an educational background. Some of you go and put your NYC in your educational background. It's part of certifications. So if you have certificate in Cisco networking, you put it under certificates. You have certificate in Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, you put it under certification. You have ICANN certification, you put under certification. ICANN is not an educational background, it's a certification. Are we together? Then the last thing, which is optional, is your language proficiency. And most times you add that because maybe the job requires specific language proficiency. For example, you know how to speak French, and the school wants to recruit for you are applying for a role in France. You are showing that you know how to speak French, and you will be a very good fit for them. You can speak Hausa, and the job is in northern Nigeria as a marketer. As a marketer, you need to speak the language of the indigenous people. So you are showing them that you can speak the language. If you are going to be posted to Maiduguri and you can speak Kanuri, you add Kanuri there because it shows them that you can blend in. You can talk to the locals there. Of course, with English there. So thank you. That's for CV. Let's move into portfolio. Please, if you have any question, I think you can start dropping your questions on the chat box as we try to wrap up, because I think this is past 9. Let's go into the portfolio. So how to create your personal portfolio. This is mostly for creative persons. You can choose to make your portfolio as a LinkedIn to update your portfolio as your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is a portfolio. It's not just a social media platform. It's a portfolio. Sometimes we go to confirm your past experience from your LinkedIn account, because as people get different jobs, they update it on their LinkedIn. So you can see, that's why when you go on LinkedIn, you hear people, you just see posts that are intimidating. I'm glad to announce that I've taken up a role as a CEO of Pepsi. Oh, after 10 years at Pepsi, I have taken a new role as the chief executive, as a chief operating officer at Google. You don't know what they are doing. You think they are trying there to you in your mind. They are there to intimidate you. No, they are not there to intimidate you. That's their portfolio. They are updating their portfolio. I hear a lot of times say, "Oh, LinkedIn is a lot of pressure." Yes, it is, because everybody wants to speak highly of themselves. If you don't blow your trumpet, nobody will. So start blowing your trumpet from today. If you go and study data analysis, if you do data analysis course, look for the best grammar that will push you to say, "Oh, after a rigorous 3 days of YouTube binge watching, I've been able to complete 19 hours." Use the language, use that grammar. Yes, put it up. Put in the effort. So what's a portfolio? How to create a personal portfolio? Building your professional brand and visibility is what personal portfolio is all about. So a personal portfolio is a structured collection of your skills, your work, your achievements, your professional story. It showcases your value beyond a CV. It's different from a CV. It showcases your value beyond your CV. It's just like proof that you've done this. Why do you need a portfolio? Portfolio helps you build credibility, makes you stand out, shows proof of competence, attracts job and clients, positions you as a professional. Because only a professional can have a portfolio. In fact, a portfolio cannot be for newbies. You cannot, as a newbie, you don't need a portfolio. You should not have a portfolio. Why? Because you've not done anything. And when I say newbies, that maybe you are still learning. But by the time you're done learning and you've done personal projects, you can now start building a portfolio to put down the personal projects you've implemented. So step 1, the first thing to do when you're building a portfolio is to define your purpose. You need to know why you're doing that portfolio. Before creating a portfolio, ask yourself, am I applying for jobs? Am I attracting clients? Am I building a personal brand? Am I showcasing my project? What your purpose is determines the structure of a portfolio. Okay, I'm seeing Favor's chat. She said she couldn't because she finally had to leave the job because she was overwhelmed with work. I wanted to sound hardworking. See, that's what happens. If you say you can work under pressure and you prove to them, trust me, you will work under pressure. Please enjoy your pressure after saying you can work under pressure. Step 2, the first thing to do is to choose your format. Like I said earlier, the purpose of a portfolio will determine the structure of your portfolio. So you choose what format you want to do when you're building your portfolio. Portfolio formats can be in PDF. That's you put out your details, your structure, and then you put it as a PDF format. For job applications, you can do PDF portfolios. You can actually be it can also be a website portfolio. If you're a high professional that have been working for a period of time, over time you need to create a website to show the things that you can do. At Uncle HR, we're building our website to show the jobs we've done, how we carry out our recruiting processes, and all of that. So that's what it does. At Gently, I have a website because I'm selling a business. That website is my portfolio. I show you the collections I have, the things we've done before, and all of the designs that we have. That's also a portfolio. The next thing, LinkedIn portfolio. The other format can be a LinkedIn portfolio. Your LinkedIn is your portfolio. Update your skills, your professional summary, your job. If you are looking for a job, what skills do you have? What industries do you want to work in? That's what your LinkedIn should be showing. Alternatively, for graphic designers, most times I see this, they use Google Drive. You can create a project folder on a Google Drive and give access to whoever wants to go through it. The tools you can use to create a portfolio can be Canva, Wix for website, or WordPress, Notion, or GitHub for programmers and all of tech guys. GitHub is best. Why? Because it can show an outline of how you started learning your programming to the point when you become a professional. All the projects you worked on, GitHub keeps it to even show you even the days that you check in. You can go to somebody's GitHub and you can see that for the whole year it's showing green because the person was consistently online or uploading their work. Anytime you're online and you log on GitHub, it shows that you are working. Somebody can have access to what you've done. They can see your codes. They can see the back. They can see how you implemented each code and did every project. They can see everything. There is a track record. That's what GitHub is. So it will be surprising when you are recruiting for when you are applying for the role of a website developer and they're asking you where's your GitHub link. Say you don't have. It just shows that you're not a serious person because you don't even know what is related in that industry. Portfolio structure, the cover page basically. There should be a cover page. So it should include your name, professional title, professional photo, contact information. Now here is it. Now see that. Here it is different. Your CV, I say don't put your photo. A portfolio is different from a CV and people keep mistaking it. A graphic designer can design your portfolio, not your CV. There's a difference between a CV and a portfolio. Here you can add your photo. Why? Because you're giving the person a full grasp of who you are. Then your contact information, of course, your name, your phone number, your email address, your website if you have, and all of that. Mr. Josh, confirm we're together, please, so that I know that I'm not speaking to myself.
Yeah, we're together.
Thank you. So the next thing is an about me section. Here you're going to tell them who you are, what you do, what value you offer, your career focus. Basically, here you keep it clear, concise, and focused. Here you also need to put a professional summary. In the professional summary, what we need to see is your skills. You can divide your skills into two sections: technical skills and soft skills. Technical skills can be your mediation, problem solving skills, how you're able to, all technical skills. Okay, no, sorry, technical skills can be your programming skills, your use of tools, all of those technical, anything that you have to use, that you have to learn, industry related skills are technical skills. Soft skills can be general communication, teamwork, how you're able to bootstrapping, all of those are soft skills. Tools and software, all of this should be in your professional summary. You tell them about the tools and software you can use. Example could be project management, recruitment, HRS. HRS for HR, that's Human Resources Information System. You can use Excel, Canva, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, all of that. You put them there. You know how to use Google Workspace, the whole Google suite. You know how to use them. You put it there. Your work experience / project should be the next things that I put in there. Focus on project title, the problems that came up, watch the problem that you solve, the action that you take, then the results that came up. Use numbers basically. For example, if I'm a HR person and I join an organization when they have only 10 staff and then people were resigning, I can put that within the last 2 years, I recruited 100 persons. Okay, no, within the last years, 10 people had resigned from the organization because of poor employee interaction. What I did was to increase the number of times that employees are able to bring out complaints, and then we'll mediate between them and management. And then the results made sure that we had more staff stay without leaving, and then we recruited 100 persons. But I'm showing them that, oh, I've been able to reduce time of hire by 30%. Instead of usually we advertise a job and it takes 3 months. The next thing is I'm telling them that as a HR person, I've been able to reduce the hiring time to, let's say, 2 weeks instead of 3 months, which makes work goes faster. Because if before there's a department that is lagging because they don't have enough staff, I have been able to increase that number by 30% and recruit people in 2 weeks time. Case studies. You want to show them examples of things you've done. You don't. It's not all talk and no work. No cha cha cha. Show them evidence. Show them working. What is it? You show them structure, the challenge that came on board, the strategy you used, the implementation strategy, the outcome of your intervention, lesson that you learned. This section makes you stand out. Many people will not put case study in their portfolio. Please add it. It shows that you did this thing. You are not just a follower on this project, you did it. Next thing is certifications and testimonials. For example, if you're an engineer, anytime that you finish any construction job, what they give you is they give you certification of completion. So you want to put all those certificates there. Here you have to include relevant certification, professional summary, testimonials from supervisors or clients. And that's why if you go on LinkedIn, there's a place where you can request for testimonials from people you work with. You go on people's LinkedIn, you can see people writing feedbacks, writing testimonials to say, oh, this person is a great person. When we worked on social project, this is what they did and all of that. So basically, that's what your portfolio should look like. I tried to rush it because we've stayed here for, I think we're here since 8 p.m. This is 1 hour, 30 minutes. So I'm done. Please, if you have any question, by all means, hit me. My name is Edward Gajere with Uncle HR Consulting. Please feel free to ask your questions. If you can unmute, I don't know if there are any questions. Josh, please, you can. If you have any question as well, I'm done. Thank you so much for the time. I hope that you're able to get some value from my session. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Edward. This was so valuable. Guys, if you know you got value from this, please let me know in the comment section. Let us know in the comment section. For me personally, this was really, really, really incredible and enlightening. Even though I thought that I knew how to craft CV and all that, but this session really opened my mind to certain things I was making a mistake on. And really, I want to say a very big thank you, Mr. Edward. Thank you so much. Today's session was really mind blowing. As you were just even talking about it, I realized that there are some projects I've worked on, had incredible results, but I never did a case study on it. I don't know if I was lazy or what, I don't know, but I'm definitely going to do that because it's going to add up to my portfolio. We actually worked with a foreign client and we are able to help them fundraise their products from scratch. From the scratch, we did a fundraising for them from zero to they were able to raise 23K. I mean USD. They were able to raise 23,000 US dollars. So do the math in naira, and that was all because of our strong.
Wow.
That's
You did a lot of work and you're skipping on it. Please put it in your portfolio.
I
It's very important.
was like, I was like, I need to go do this thing. So thank you so much for that. We're going to take questions quickly, guys. So please, if you have a question, this is your time. You can just put it in the chat. I'll just put it on the screen. He can see it and then he'll answer. Please, if you have any question, this is your time. This is your moment. I believe we're supposed to have questions. So please, if you have any question, you can go ahead to ask. Personally, I have a question, so I'm going to ask that. So while I ask and you answer, please just put your question in the comment section. So my question is this, right? I'm saying this for so many people because that was like a challenge I had. But for entry levels, right? For people that maybe they just, let's say for example, someone transitioned from being a teacher into tech, right? I know, of course, you cannot be applying for a social media job and you're telling someone that you're a teacher. 8 years, first of all, we won't scan you out. So I want to know, what can someone do if they are trying to transition from from whatever roles they were in, maybe into tech, and they don't have a portfolio for it, they don't have the experience for it, but they want to, move into the tech. Maybe they are doing it and they have like an idea of it, but they want to dive fully into it as maybe, let me say, as a professional. So, what would be the best practice for them? That's my question.
Okay. Thank you so much for that question, Josh. Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So one of my quick and the best advice I give everybody, if you are switching, there are always transferable skills. Second, apart from transferable skills, is that you can go and do a project of your own. That project can stand alone as an experience. The third one is volunteering. Look for an organization that is already standing. Apply for a volunteering role. Sometimes unpaid. You don't have to be paid. So see, I learned this very early when I was in my 300 level. Somebody said, anything that you can do for free, show that you can do this work for free, and it shows that you are good. Like, show that you can do it for free in a very good way, and somebody would pay you for it. A lot of us want to first consider the money on the table first before we go into something. Now, if we ask anybody, oh, there's this job and I want you to volunteer, say, how much are they going to pay me? Like, that's sometimes for a young person or entry level person that needs credibility. It's so disgusting to hear that money is the first thing they're considering. You need credibility first. And who gives you credibility? Sometimes you have to pay for that credibility. That's why people even pay to, if you go and listen to stories of great people, for example, uh, Steve Jobs, he had to work somewhere before he became to build the company he had built. A lot of all of these great men had to first work somewhere. And sometimes it wasn't about how much you were paid, it's because they need to learn the ropes and gain credibility, understand the market, understand how it is worked in those industries. So, like I said, the first one is leverage on transferable skills. The second one, do personal projects that can stand alone as an experience. Third is volunteering. By volunteering, in fact, volunteering will get you into rooms that your qualifications or certifications may never get you into. So these are my top three suggestions as to how to, transfer into a new role and show that you are qualified if you don't have experience. Thank you, Josh. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yeah, you did spot on. Thank you so much for that incredible answer. And the person is on this call, so I believe you've gotten your answer right there. All right, so guys, do we have any other question so that we can call it a night? I honestly expect you guys to having questions because a lot of us, I think someone even wrote that at this point I don't have a CV. If you know at this point you don't have a CV, then you need to go back. But God so kind, Mr. Edward is so generous. He said he's going to be sending us some documents that will aid us. So please be on the lookout for your mail, right? We're going to be sending a mail so we can get your email. And once we get that, we're going to forward it to him. So you have that document, okay? So please, is there any question? I honestly do want to take his time and more of our time. So if we do not have a question, we're going to call it a night. But I expect you guys to have questions because you have this opportunity now while you can take it. If he lives here, he's definitely going to pay for his services. So milk while you can. So do we have any question? Do we have any question? I'm just going to wait a minute. If we don't have any, we're just going to call it a night. But it's been so amazing tonight, and I've really learned a whole lot. And I mean, after this, I have work. I have work to do. But I'm so grateful for this. And I maybe noticed that Mr. Edward just came with so much violence. And it's good, because as I was
Violence,
saying,
violence is fired.
I was just like, there's
We
so
need we
much
need violence sometimes because some of these things we romanticize them too much, and people do not understand how detrimental they are to their own growth.
That's so true. I agree. I agree. Because if you try to pamper some things, the people will feel like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So let me leave my marital status. I'm married and I'm proud of it. So thank you so much for that. So I'm not seeing any question, and that's the root by me. So thank you so much, Mr. Edward. It's really been an impactful session. Personally, I feel like the session is for me
Thank you
because,
so
like I
much,
said,
Josh.
it just opened my mind to what I need to do next, and I'm really grateful. I'm really, really grateful. You can sense the excitement in my voice, right? So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for your time. not holding back your wealth. Grateful. So I think without a night. So please, guys, look out for your email. I'm going to send the message so that you can just fill in and receive the document, unless you don't need it. But I mean, I need it. So please do well to look out for your email so that you can, because I'm saying look out for your email because most Nigerians, that's the last thing you visit. You can visit Instagram, visit everywhere, but you will never check your mail, checking your mail to see if it is there. So please look out for your email once again. All right. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Edward. We're so happy to have you. Do take good care of yourself, guys, and we're calling it a night. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for staying with us through our network glitch. And I'm so glad because it was worth the wait. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Edward. We're
Thank you,
done.
Josh.
And
Have a great night. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
it's a pleasure. You too, sir. Bye, sir. My bad, guys. I just saw. I don't know who's still alive, but I just saw some questions. Please do well to. Okay, we're going to add up the. I'm going to add up the questions tab in the form we'll send to you guys. So please, I'm just seeing it. It came late, so my bad, and also not my bad. But anyways, we're going to. I'm going to make sure that these questions are answered. So I'm going to add that to the form. So please do well to send in your questions there. You can just copy this, but I'm still going to screenshot it. So, but just do well to add up your question in the form that we're going to send, and I'll have it sent to him so you get your reply. Thank you, everyone. Cheers and good night.